We do need to move on, though, because the Prime Minister this week put the issue of Australia Day back on the agenda, promising to strip councils of their rights to hold citizenship ceremonies if they want to do it outside the 26th. Is this really something that most Australians, that's really front of mind for most Australians at the moment?
I think most Australians want to celebrate Australia Day on Australia Day, as it has been for a long, long period of time. And when the first fleet came around and settled in Sydney Cove. That's Australia Day. That's the day that we became a nation of Australia. And that's what everything that happens in our country today goes back to. The vast majority of Australians want to see Australia Day celebrated on that day.
Pat, should councils be able to determine what day they conduct these ceremonies?
Well, our policy is we shouldn't look at changing Australia Day, but what we've got from this government is a tired old cultural war to distract from their disunity. My constituents, quite frankly, don't care about the dress code of citizenship ceremonies on Australia Day. They care about more jobs, they care about better hospitals, they care about better schools. This is a massive effort of distraction from Scott Morrison to pick a fight with a couple of inner-city Melbourne councils when the main issue should be jobs, health and education.
So in regards to the day itself, what would be the harm in changing the day?
Well, I think it's a distraction at the moment, and we do need to acknowledge that for a significant proportion of our community, that day is a day of great mourning. That is a great day where they saw their Indigenous ancestors invaded. That's obviously for one part of the community. For a lot of the community, they see it as a day of celebrating our national unity.
So what's the harm in finding a day that we can all agree on?
Well, our policy is not to change it. Our policy is to focus on issues that every Australian really want to be concentrating on, which is more jobs, better healthcare and better funding for schools. This is a massive effort from distraction from Scott Morrison and from the Greens and the inner city councils who want a culture fight rather than concentrating on the issues that really drive my constituents. But we do need to be sensitive about Australia Day and acknowledge that for some people it is enormously hurtful.
Just briefly, Craig, I mean, it did seem a little left of field, didn't it? I mean, have you ever been to a citizenship ceremony where people are dressed appallingly?
It's funny you comment on that. Actually, we go to Pat and myself, I'm sure we all go to a lot of Australia Day, not Australia Day citizenship ceremonies, but citizenship ceremonies across the board. And I think a dress code is important.
But have you ever seen
Yes, actually I have. I've seen people that I think have been actually, and it almost embarrassed them. I've seen a lot of people at most Australia Day, citizenship ceremonies, when they're going to, this is the day that they actually become an Australian. This is a very proud day in many people's lives. And I think when most people come very well dressed to those things, and I think when you have one or two people actually completely sort of very casually dressed, it actually detracts from the entire ceremony, and I think it actually in ways embarrasses people. And I would like to have some type of dress code important.
I'll be very
briefly.
I don't care. Like, seriously, as long as people, when they sign up to be Australian citizens, commit to follow our laws, make a contribution to our society, I don't care if they turn up in thongs and shorts, a sari, a full three-piece suit, as long as they embrace the spirit and values of this country.
Well, you've both come dressed for the occasion today, so thank you to you both.